So here we are, audience, the final episode. Oh, how we have laughed and cried together. It has been the shining example of how to write intelligent, thoughtful scripts with dialogue so engaging that the great Shakespeare has been dethroned by a bloke in a cowboy hat. Shall we begin? And here we are with Big Daddy Thrawn. And it looks like that cargo has finally been transferred, so they can literally just hyperdrive their asses right out of there and the episode can finish right now. But wait a minute, Goldie McGoldface just told Daddy that they've located the Orange Lady, which is surprising since they knew where she was in the last episode. Anyway, Big Daddy Thrawn tells him, well, they ain't that convenient. You know, our turbo lasers, the minefield, and all the fighters have failed to do anything to them. So I command you to send 2 TIE fighters to go kill her. Yes, that will do the trick this time. So Goldman fucks off and the evil bitch Morgan tells Big Daddy, looks like those Jedis are no longer a threat to us because, like, we've got a big ship and we can leave whenever we want. But Thrawn ain't having it, saying, fake Jedis cannot be underestimated. We need to be cautious. Even though, as soon as they hyperdrive out of that place, those guys are screwed. But what's going on now? Well, it's the Pootan clan who are like, hey evil bitch Morgan, we're big fans of your 2-dimensional character arc, so we thought it over, and you know what? You can totally join our exclusive witch club now. Here, have some face paint to commemorate the occasion. Oh, and also the Sword of Gryffindor. Remember, Harry, help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it. Scene transmission to the totally good guys, where the Mad Goose Wizard is creating a lightsaber, while the oversized Kettle gets telling him, calm down Goose, you're totally doing this all wrongly. You need to take your time with it. Or you can't rush making a lightsaber. But that wizard ain't into authorized manufacturing processes, saying, Ahsoka said that we need to go after the totally evil guys as soon as we can. I need this lightsaber. Even though he totally refused his old one in the last episode. Well, he finished it and it totally works. But the Goose is a bit confused about the plot of the show and asks the Kettle, what's up with that Ep8 chick and the Orange Lady these days? Getting weird vibes from them? Well, says the Kettle, a long time ago when you had gone off, well, Ahsoka believed that Ep8 was only training to be a Jedi, even though she has no Force abilities, for all the wrong reasons, as the evil Empire had blown up her planet, killing everyone. And she was afraid that Ep8 was going to go a little bit mental, so straight up ditched her until episode 1 of this show. They head outside to Ep8, and hey look, it's Gandalf the Orange, who's like, I know what you did in episode 4 when giving Balin the Mapple thingy. Not cool, bro. But you know, well, I spent some time with Anakin and he taught me to love and tolerate people. Even when my own apprentice disobeys direct orders. It's totally cool, girl. I'm not even mad. I totally trust you forever and ever. But TIE fighters incoming! And they're making all the noises and somehow actually landed a shot on the ship when no one else could all this season. So it's done! The ship is broken and it's about to fall down onto those Hobbit turtles beneath. So the Mad Goose and Ahsoka get force holding it up while those TIE fighters come back for round 2. But wait a minute! It's completely stationary on the ground and the freaking TIE fighters end up missing it. What a load of crap this show is. But conveniently, there's still a little bit of life left in that ship, so Ep8 rams the 2 TIE fighters, which were conveniently close enough together to be clipped by both the wings, and they straight up die. Wow, it was so lucky that Big Daddy Thrawn only sent 2 TIE fighters, not 3, or they'll be totally fucked right now. Well, that ship is broken. I mean, there is no repairing it on a barren planet. Back to the Big Daddy where the Goldface man is saying, yeah, we totally did an oopsie on their ship, and now our 2 TIE fighters are dead. Excellent, says Thrawn. Show me where they are on this map. Seems it's almost impossible for them to ever leave this planet. So what we should do, right, is we should go get on a halo and then hyperdrive the ass or duck out of this place. Nah, I'm just joking with you, because what he actually says is we're gonna go do a ground assault against them now for some kind of reason. Flip-flop, and here are the good guys who are conveniently only a brief furry ride away from the totally bad guys. That looks almost impossible to penetrate. So set your lightsabers to maximum stunning, guys, because we're about to get brave. But they don't realise that Big Daddy Thrawn is tracking them above, saying, rain bloody hellfire down on them right now. Which is a great idea, because nothing has killed him yet, so this is totally going to work out now. Well, surprisingly, no, because it must have been all that plot armor that they didn't die to death. So they get into that place just as the doors were closing, and Big Daddy Thrawn is looking a bit pissed because, Well, that was a bit of an oversight on his behalf. If only he'd sent 3 TIE fighters earlier. Well, instead, he's just sent a small battalion of stormtroopers to consistently aim just slightly to the left and completely miss their target. And would you look at that, audience, they just killed the fucking lot of them. But what is the Pootan clan doing upstairs? They're going full on Night King from Game of Thrones and resurrecting all those dead stormtroopers. Do those stormtroopers now get better aim and slightly better armor? Well, surprisingly, yes actually. So how are those guys going to kill a bunch of zombie stormtroopers? Maybe slice their heads off with viciously hot lightsabers, just like how Qui-Gon Jinn melted that frickin' door. You guys are just being silly gooses because these are crap sabers and they couldn't even kill Ep8. So they hit a convenient switch and all those doors get closing, blocking those zombo stormtroopers from getting at them, while their evil bitch Morgan tells very smart and totally competent Thrawn, bro, we should totally get out of this place, like right now. But Thrawn tells her, those fake ass Jedis downstairs, well, they're kind of advancing quite quickly, so we need to go stop them first. If only I'd sent 3 TIE fighters earlier and not just 2. Back to the Orange Club, and holy moly, those zombo stormtroopers just used their brain for once and shot through the door and are now totally chasing them, so they get able to duck out of there, after shooting another door down. But there's that evil bitch Morgan with the Sword of Gryffindor, and she's here for Ahsoka, leaving the other guys to get moving on, so it's big fight time. How's the other guys doing? They're fighting really scary trooper zombies now, and they're getting their asses absolutely kicked, which is of course a very good thing. And Thrawn tells that robot man, let's get out of here, which is interesting because he could have said that 5 minutes ago and those guys would have been utterly screwed. Yes, logical consistency. Smartest man in the universe. Formidable Big Daddy Thrawn. Get the fuck out of here. How's Ep8? She's gonna die. Like really, really die because she's dropped her lightsaber and is now getting choked out big time. Yes, that's right, Ep8. Slip into the long night. Let the darkness consume you. Your death will be entirely your own making. But wait a minute, she just force grabbed her lightsaber, which was out of reach. Wow, there hasn't been a single montage. She just woke up one day and is now totally a Jedi. Yeah, fucking too right, mate. How did this all happen though? Oh yeah, that's why. So they get protesting the zombie troopers to utter death, while below the other zombies have just broken through that door after gifting everyone else a head start. Even though they literally shot through the first door when they slammed it closed on them, and then immediately must have forgotten how to shoot through the next one, only until the plot was ready for them to do so. But oh no! Ahsoka has just been sent on her ass by the evil bitch Morgan, and there are loads of zombies all arriving upstairs now. So let's go back to Ep8, and then looking at that big old ship above. That ship is rising right now, so they're not going to be able to get on it. Unless one person force pushes the other onto the ship. So it'll have to be the Gandalf Wizard who pushes Ep8 onto the ship, right? Because not a Jedi, but for some reason is now a Jedi, Ep8 has just learned how to wield the Force, but not actually use it. So the risks are just too great. Are you stupid, audience? This is literally the era of no montage Rey. She can immediately do everything she wants. So the goose gets running and Ep8 force pushes him on there, where he immediately defeats those 2 stormtroopers who were watching the entire time and could have shot them from above. Well, that ship has finally left, so the evil bitch Morgan tells Ahsoka, looks like your friends have just ditched you on that ship, ain't they? You're totally gonna die alone now, here on this planet. Even though Ep8 is literally standing right in front of her in full view. So it's big fight time where Sabine kills all those zombies when she literally couldn't 5 minutes ago. And somehow the orange lady kills that evil bitch Morgan with a light grazing across her stomach. Even though Sabine literally got stabbed with an extremely hot lightsaber, which was held in place for about 5 seconds and should have set her instantly on fire. But somehow she survived. Yeah, totally a great show and not inconsistent nonsense diarrheaed out of Disney's arse cheeks. So that means that the Gandalf Wizard is on the ship, so he takes that dead stormtrooper to go get his armor off him, while Big Daddy Thrawn tells those robots, open fire on those complete dinguses below, which is hilarious because it didn't work before, it ain't gonna work now, is it? So what does Ahsoka and Sabine do? Oh, well, they totally yeet themselves off the top and are going to die, because that's a massive drop right there. Oh no, I think I've just shit my pants, because it turns out that this must have been that religious experience that Filoni was going on about, because somehow The oversized kettle fixed the ship, replaced all the destroyed parts, and totally Deus Ex crapping those guys. Seriously, this show is utter garbage and is written by a 5-year-old. Anyway, so they get chasing them into space, which is hilarious because, well, what are they gonna do? Find an exhaust port and blow it up? Not gonna happen, mate. Thrawn calls Ahsoka on the telephone telling her, well done, you've been quite cool today, but too bad, bitch. Fire up the hyperdrives! Woo! And that leaves those guys completely and utterly screwed because they're now stuck on a completely different planet in a completely different galaxy all alone. It was also very convenient that the only one who knows where the planet is currently on the Big Daddy Thrawn ship, so they actually can't be saved in the future episodes. They head back to the Turtle Hobbit guys, and it would have been emotional, but seriously no one cares. And hey look, random cutaway scene to Grandad, the only good character in this show, and he's looking wistfully out to the mountains on top of that Lord of the Rings statue. Let's check in with Big Daddy Thrawn, who's already arrived at Dathomir. Somehow, already. And he's got some very odd cargo in his ship, possibly their coffins of dead witches. Who knows, because you've got to be a moron to greenlight a second season of this crap. But that's not important though, because here's a mysterious ship that is now docking inside of a Republican ship. What is it doing there? Oh, we'll find out because here's General Green Lady. So let's get a butt shot in as she watches that door opening. And it's a Stormtrooper. Mate, no it's not, it's actually the Mad Goose Wizard, who somehow managed to get a Big Daddy Thrawn ship and fly it off without anyone noticing. This is so stupid. Also, how did he find them? Also, how did he get there so fast? Oh well, he's like, hey General Green Lady, I'm home. Back to the Orange Lady who's looking at the sky. And here comes Ep8 where Ahsoka says, you did good kid, real good. But Ep8 is like, what? Thrawn totally escaped and it was all my fault. Finally, some realization. And Ahsoka tells her, he did, but the Mad Goose Wizard got to go home too. Ezra knowingly sacrificed himself to stop the threat, and then Sabine undid that sacrifice and has put the entire galaxy in threat. Man, this is dialogue written by children, for children. And hey look, here's a Ghost Anakin for absolutely no reason. Series finish. And I cannot believe that adults were paid thousands, if not millions of dollars to come up with this utter garbage. And then all the Disney simps are like slurping it up like a big fat juicy throbbing. Big shout out to our Patreon boys and guys. Taylor J, Stephen P, The Mighty Pen.
Subscribe button.